Hello and welcome to another one of my videos. Sadly not today, there's not going to be 10 ounces worth of gold. You know, that was pretty much a treat. I don't particularly enjoy putting the larger videos out unless they kind of serve a purpose. But I will do another tutorial for today, just so people get more of a feel of how I do things, how I kind of make money. I'm getting a lot of people message me both via email, also on the channel in terms of comments, and also via Facebook saying, I really appreciate the tutorial type videos you're putting out, which tells me that I should put more out. You know, the more information that I can kind of arm you guys with, the better decisions you are going to make as an individual. Now, it is slightly different for me because I do this for a living. Most people don't have to flip stock very quickly. Some days I have to flip it within a day or a couple of days. You have the luxury of time on your side, so you don't have to worry about the daily pressures of spot price going down. It does work both ways, and I guess it evens itself out overall. But let's get into the video. So I did 2 orders. I'm going to break down what I paid. I'm going to break down what I probably will make. So it will just give you guys a better idea of how I do things, and also to showcase that the margins are not fantastic. You know, they can be in some coins, but overall your bread and butter, you're not looking at big margins. And I will explain why I've kind of set the margins the way they are. So these coins here, these are 40% half dollars, Kennedy half dollars. Now I will always buy junk silver or constitutional silver, as I call them, currency silver. I like them. I think I like the history of them. You know, these are probably worth, I reckon, between $4 to $4.50. Now we'll go into why there is a variance in that. The gentleman I bought from, I end up paying him, I think it's around $2.85, $2.90 a coin. Now in terms of pricing, if I price at $4.50, the chances are I'm going to sell some of them, but it might be a slow sell. And it's not really what I'm about. I don't have to maximize. I just have to keep stock coming in and out. It just has to flow. I just have to be able to sell enough each day to hit my targets, firstly of which are my bills to pay. And then after that, it's me acquiring wealth, which I'm going to need in the bad times. So I'll probably price these at $4.25. However, I will do free postage if, say, someone buys 10 or someone buys all of them. Now, the reason they may go to £4 is, say, spot goes against me, or the price of silver drops. I've got to have a cushion in case it goes down. The margins are not fantastic. They really aren't. But I'm happy with what I paid. Now, the gentleman had other world currency coins. He had some Swedish kronas. They're beautiful. I love them coins. I think they're really nice. He wanted spot for them. I'm looking around. I'm thinking, yeah, I can buy them. They're probably going to be a slower sell, considering I think he had like 4.5 kilos worth of them. I didn't really want to trial. Well, I didn't want to take, say, 500 grams or 1,000 grams. Reason being is because if I buy them for spot and he's still got another 3.5, 4 kilos left, it means I can't sell the stuff, because there's another player in the market who has stock that he can sell at a cheaper rate than I can. So it was an all or nothing kind of deal. I'm looking at my tax bill, and I'm looking at what I've got in terms of cash reserves and liquidity, and what I've got in terms of stock, and it wasn't really for me. He did have some English coins. I tend to steer clear of English coins. I've had a lot of bad experiences with them. I just can't seem to make money on them, and that's okay. I had a gentleman message me saying, can you sell me some for melt? And I was just like, no, not a chance. I was like, I pay more than that. Oh, I used to pay more than that. I don't do it anymore. I've still got 4.5 kilos of pre-decimal, which I haven't been able to do anything with because the spot price dropped. He did say to me, I've got some Morgan dollars and some peace dollars. What can you offer? And I said to him, I'll pay you 75 pence a silver gram, which it works out to be about £18 a coin. And he said, no, it's just a bit light. And I said, it's okay. I was like, but realistically, with my business cap on, if I'm paying more, I've got to take postage out. So If I'm selling them for 25 and I'm buying at 18, there's 450 profit minus VAT, which is a sixth of the profits, and then I've got to cover the other bills. They weren't in the best condition, and I was thinking I might be holding on to them for longer than I'd like. So that's these ones. Sorry, Dale, I've still got my hospital band on. That's sheer laziness. Don't unfollow me. my friend threatened to unfollow me if I didn't cut it off, and I'm just lazy. I'm not gonna deny it. Now, next order, I end up paying $7.40 for this. So when I allocate it out, I paid $1.30 for this, $1.40 for this, and I paid $156.50 for these. Now, you may be thinking, it's okay. I was happy with the deal in terms of what I can get out of them. So this is going to be a solid 150 bar. It's got a bit of cracking down here. It doesn't mean it's fake. I think I've pretty much sold him this bar. I think this come from one of the London dealers. I remember selling him a bar that was cracked, but it would have come from the big bullion houses if it was one of mine. I don't buy this type of stuff anymore from them because they've hiked their prices, which is fair enough. It can't be nice knowing that someone's sniping you for stock, and I doubt it was just me. This I paid $1.40 for. This was a bargain. This is going to be a 160 plus coin. In the current market, it's probably only going to get 160. So I've got to make a decision. Do I want to hold on to it, or do I want to just let it go? Slight scratch on the cap. I'll probably just let this one go cheap. It's probably going to go for 160. That's okay. If you're paying 140, it doesn't really matter. These are the type of coins I like. If I could get these every day and I'm making 15, 17, 50 a coin, happy days. Yeah, that's a good day's work. Or a good proportion of your work, because they're not particularly hard sales. Because when I get a coin like this in, if I have to slash the price, it's okay. You know, it's genuinely okay. So these sovereigns here, I'm going to make maybe £5 a coin on these. It's not a lot of money in bullion, especially gold bullion. It just isn't there. A lot of people message me and they say, "Oh, can you move on price?" And I'm quite a fair dealer, but there's some things I just can't move on price, and bullion sovereigns are pretty much there because I can't afford to make, say, £2 or £3 a coin when the outlay is £300 or 150 in terms of the halves. It's not worth my time, but also it's not worth the risk, which is the more important factor. Because if I'm buying for a certain price to make £3 and the spot price drops a percentage point, you're already out of money. It doesn't work. The numbers don't add up. I find as a dealer, it's always a fine line between paying a fair price, and I think I pay pretty fair prices. I know people who've sold to me in the past, and I just say, look, I just make my cut. You know, I'm not a greedy man. I'm not looking to make 30, 40, 50%. You know, if I can make 10% across the board, I'm a happy bunny. I really am. Because I know if you offer the fair prices, you tend to get the stock in. This coin here, so this is a handled proof. See a lot of the 1980s, especially the halves, always on the groups. There might be an extra £5 in it over these. Now you may be thinking, okay, you're doing okay on these, and you're doing okay on these, but these are a bit light. But overall, I'm looking at, in my head, I want to get out of bed for £100 a day minimum, every day of the year. That's my goal. Last year I absolutely smashed it, but that's my goal. I'm happy at those numbers. When I make less than that, I'm not too happy with myself, because I know I haven't done something right, or the market's not there, and it's incredibly frustrating. I probably need to make £60 to £70 a day every day just to cover all bases. That's before I even make a profit. So that's my living expenses, my finance costs, VAT, etc., like accountancy fees. But overall, when you add this up, so I paid $860 overall for this batch of coins and the bar. On a good day, I'm going to make about £90 to £100 on them. that's a day's work. If I sell all these in one day, that's a day's work, and the margin's around 11%. That's exactly where I want to be as a dealer. It's a fine line. I think I paid a fair price for them, and I should be able to make a day's wages in my mind out of these coins. I hope this tutorial has kind of been beneficial to some people. I'm still trying to educate people through the art of doing things. I think that's a wonderful tool. You should always try and spread a bit of wealth and wisdom to your peers. You know, if my trading makes people better at their purchases, whether they be collectors or stackers or investors, then that's absolutely fantastic. You know, I'd enjoy that a lot more than making a lot more money, if I'm being completely frank. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and I will see you on the next one.